They'll begin on the ground with Akers. And he can only manage to get a couple. 2nd and 8 coming up. This defense. They were terrific last week in the win over the Rams.
And as in any game, takeaways are always a big key. They're always discussed on defense. There's an emphasis there, and they came away with 3 interceptions in that game.
Run got a couple. Here's 2nd and 8. Throwing Mayfield. This one complete to Christian Kirk. And they work this well upfield across the 35. 22 yards there, a 1st down. Their first possession of the game, and they're already going after double coverage.
That's a nice completion that can set the tone for things to come if they're able to keep finding ways to beat what the defense is throwing at them. They look like they're confident that they can get it done.
They'll run on 1st down with Akers. And this time they were waiting for him as he'll be knocked down before he can get back to the line of scrimmage. 2 yards the loss, 2nd and 12. The Titans at 7-1 now on the year. They've been playing their best football of the year, winners of 4 in a row.
And I thought that they played pretty well last week. Their execution, their discipline, their resilience, all on display in that victory.
On 2nd and 12, Mayfield. That's into a crowd and intercepted. Picked up by Denzel Ward. And the Colts are going to take possession of the football. It's no secret he's had trouble this year with interceptions, and this is a bad start for him. First drive, throwing another pick.
No matter who's broadcasting his game, that's how the conversation begins. Throwing too many interceptions, can he take care of the football? If I were his backup, I'd be edging towards the coaches and saying, hey, how about giving me an opportunity?
But he is out of bounds, but not before he's inside the 30. A good chunk on the ground on the keeper, 17 yards, 1st down. And this, I mean, it's certainly something to watch out for. He is not afraid to call his own number on plays like that, and here he takes it for good yardage.
And we know this defense prepared all week for this, but sometimes when you see it in person, it's a whole different ball game, and all that preparation, it goes right out the window.
Jackson running again. And he'll be out of bounds as he gets this down about the 21 or 22. 6 yards there on the keeper. It's 2nd down. Well, you and I, partner, we got the plum assignment this week. An unbeaten team against a one-loss team. Really not much separating these two entering play here today.
Not much at all, and I think for both coaches, they've looked at their team and said, guys, you got to know what you're getting into in this one, and you better be ready to go because you get to answer the big question of the day. Are we as good as we think we are? We're about to find out.
Second and 4. Now with just 1 second showing on the play clock, we're going to get a timeout. They'll have 2 remaining as we step aside here in this first quarter. Now Jackson taps this forward, jet sweep. That one a first down pickup of 8. From the red zone now, they'll look to throw. They'll check that down to Nwangu out of the backfield. So the completion results there in 9 yards. And that'll give them a short yardage situation here for second down. Really been an ideal start for them. They get the turnover on the opening possession. Now here they are moving the ball straight down the field on their first drive.
And that feels good, but you know on their side of the field all they're thinking is finish this drive off because they took it away, right? So now you got them back on their heels a little bit. Now go down, put a touchdown in it on them. Look out. You've won the mental battle early in the game, and that may carry over for you.
Another run now for Nwangu. He didn't get the touchdown, but he did get the first down as he's tackled at the 1. They're able to convert with a gain of 4. A stop there on third. They could have held him to 3 on this opening drive. Now they have to bow their necks on first and goal.
If I look at this from the offense's point of view, that's a big time.
And this time he is in. Yes. Kamece with his 6th rushing touchdown on the year. And the Colts use the early turnover to get on the board first here in this one. Footing always a concern, but the extra point's up and good. And that makes the score 7-0. Now after the touchdown, here's Gonzalez on to kick it away. And they will not get a chance to return this one as it's through the end zone for a touchback. The Titans offense set to begin the drive. They threw an interception the first time they had the football, wound up leading to a touchdown the other way. How do you approach drive number 2?
Going back to your game plan coming in, everyone has matchups that they like better than others. Where they think they have an advantage, dial up some of those plays. Try and go to those spots and get your offense moving. It's not a surprise when you read scouting reports and watch tape because you know he's a heck of a player. But he is so difficult to get down in the open field. They just want to get him the ball and let him do his thing.
So the big play moves him all the way across midfield to the 40 now for 1st and 10. On the ground, this is Leonard Fournette. And he'll fight forward on the straight-ahead running for just a couple of yards. Second down. The last run good for 2. Here's 2nd and 8.
Brings up 2nd and 8 at the Colts 39-yard line.
Hey, come on, alert! Come on, alert!
Mayfield looks to throw. And this one incomplete. Too much contact to hold on to that one, and it's 3rd down.
Brandon, watching their tape from last week, I saw plenty of plays like we just saw there, forcing incompletions. It was key in their win last week. They're hoping the same thing happens this time out, too.
In need of a conversion on 3rd down. They had the big play to start the drive. Not much sense. Now a pivot and a give to Fournette. And he'll only get this to about the 35. Well short of the line to gain. Now Mayfield on 4th down. And it's going to be batted down. It will go the other way with the football. The Titans try it, but ultimately they fail on 4th down. And the Colts are going to take over with a football. The Colts come to the line ready to start their next drive. And they come into this one riding that nice long win streak. And remember, next weekend is an open week for them. So if they can get the win here, a lot of momentum into that time off.
It certainly is. And if you're wondering if anybody's saying, boy, this is coming at a bad time, we want to keep playing, the answer can be yes. Because when teams are on a hot streak, they want to keep going. But what the veterans are telling the young guys in the locker room, an open week is always good, guys. Take it and let's go with it.
On first down, they'll run with Nwangu. And he's going to get a solid gain of 9 before being brought down. Second and right at a yard. On second down, here's Nwangu. And he still has yet to get on track in this first half as they're going to stop him behind the line. They'll send Brown in motion right. Third and 2. Here's Jackson. And that will be incomplete.
Certainly looked like someone was very confident in his ability to fit that one in. I would say he was overconfident because there wasn't a whole lot of separation there. Had that one covered pretty well downfield and knocked it away.
Hey, out.
They'll try and throw for it with Jackson. And it's going to be batted down. It will go the other way with the football. The Colts unable to convert here on fourth down. And as a result, it'll be Titan football on the turnover on downs. Tennessee offense about set and ready to go. Just the one misstep for them in the first half of the season. 7-1 is the record at the midway point. And in terms of whatever power rankings you want to go by, they're at or near the top of the list in terms of best teams in the National Football League.
And for me, in my little bit of rankings here, I've got them at the top. I know there's still 2 months to go, and we've seen teams get off to hot starts and then fade away due to injuries or the schedule or whatever. But unless there are a rash of injuries on this team, I'd be surprised if they aren't a first or a second seed come playoff time.
On second down, here's Fournette. And just 1 yard here from the 49 to the 50.
Well, they didn't get a whole lot out of that one, but I think you got to continue to try and run and try and keep the defense honest.
You mean, or else they'll just sit back, dare you to throw it on every down?
Yeah, you get your quarterback hit a lot that way, too.
Third down, the Colts beefing up the secondary. 6 defensive backs in the game. The Titans going to use the first of their timeouts. They'll have 2 remaining as we step aside here in this second quarter. In search of 4 yards here to pick up the first down. They'll bring a receiver in motion right. Mayfield now from the 50. And that one goes incomplete on the drop. That's one he definitely normally catches. Fourth down. Jake Bailey on now to punt here on fourth down. And that'll hit in the end zone. Much too much leg there. That'll be a touchback.
At their own 20-yard line.
The Colts come to the line, ready to start their next drive. Sitting in first place in the division. They've got an open date on the calendar coming up next week. So, Charles, you and I were talking about this before the game. This one for them kind of has some extra importance.
It certainly does, because if they can get the win here and pad their lead a bit or at least keep pace, then they can really kick their feet up and say a job well done at this point and not have to worry about ball at all until they're back in their facility, back in their meeting room, getting ready for the next game.
On 2nd and 9, Jackson is going to go for a big play downfield. Oh, that's into a double team, and it's intercepted. And the Titans are going to take over once again at their own 37-yard line. So this defense coming up with a takeaway, and maybe that's something that can bring a little life to that sideline.
I don't want to say that they've been sleepwalking through this first half, because that's simply not true, but you're right. We haven't seen a lot of fire from these guys, really, on either side of the ball. So maybe that's the catalyst that they needed to get them back into this game. One thing you're hoping for when you run drag routes, you're able to hit a receiver in stride, and he can pick up a lot of yardage after the catch. But in this situation, the defense was effective, able to stop him before he could get a good head of steam going.
Up the gut, Fournette. And a pretty good burst there as he'll get this across midfield and down to the 46. That's a first down pickup for Tennessee on a gain of 10. 2 minutes on the clock, second quarter, 7-0 ball. First down throw for Mayfield. That's going to be caught by Kirk. And they'll get this down to the 42-yard line. Second down at 6 now from the 42. They'll go with Akers here up the middle. And some good tackling there as he stopped up at about the 41. The completion on first didn't get much, and now the run on second doesn't get a whole lot either.
Well, if you're a good play caller, you've already looked ahead and anticipated this type of situation. Already down in his play sheet, trying to dial up a big third down play.
Now the throw on third down, knocked away and incomplete. Problems on third down so far in this first half. Relatively small sample size, but they're now 0 for 3.
And the average in the league, somewhere around 40% on third down for offenses. So what's the answer to this? Either convert them or don't get the third down in the first place. Get your big chunks of yardage on first and second down.
Fourth down, Mayfield. And complete to Drake London. And now this is going to be close. The defense says they stopped him, and they did. The Titans try it, but ultimately they fail on fourth down. And the Colts are going to take over with a football. The Colts come to the line ready to start their next drive. First play's a run to Nwangu. Officially, it's a 1-yard loss. That's going to bring up 2nd and 11. Now a timeout called for by the defense, as they'll stop it with exactly a minute to go before halftime. loss of a yard there to start out. That leads to a 2nd and 11. They'll go right back to Nwangu. And this winds up a gain of 4 to the 41. Now the Titans will use their 3rd and final timeout, as the stoppage will come with a little under a minute to go in this first half. An extra defensive back out there for the Titans now here for 3rd down. Jackson. And this is caught. It's Brown. And they're going to get this down to about the 17-yard line here. So the big play means just like that, they'll operate from the red zone now on 1st down. Throwing there, but this pass is going to wind up incomplete.
Well, sometimes an incompletion is the right play, and he showed that he's learned from his earlier interception on that throw. Instead of forcing it, he just tossed it away.
After the incomplete pass, here now is 2nd and 10. Now a give, running left is Nwangu. And the reinforcements come in as they're going to stop him behind the line. Chalk that up as a 4-yard loss. And now it's 3rd down. Now the Colts going to burn the 2nd of their timeouts as they stop it with 11 seconds remaining in this first half. Crafty play call here. 14 yards is what they need to try to convert this thing. Now on 3rd and long, they'll look to throw. And this one is incomplete.
And based on my math, they've only converted 1 time thus far in this game, so you can see the frustration starting to come out a little bit. 3rd downs, they've been a problem for them all game. They've got to start becoming solutions.
Gonzalez's kick is good. So another scoring drive there, Charles, and an early 2-score lead.
You'd like the 6 there, partner, but you'll take the 3, and I think they have to be happy by the way they've moved the ball in these first 2 drives. They have to feel good about their opportunities the rest of the game.
So barring a touchback, this likely the final act of the half as the kick is away. Well, you don't see that often. He just mishit it, and it goes out of bounds.
Well, I know sitting up here, and I'm looking at you, and you're looking at me, and I know we're both thinking the same thing. Isn't it easy enough to keep it between the sidelines? Because unless you're intentionally doing it for some reason, well, that's a costly mishit, and now you put your team in a bad spot.
Final play of the half, Mayfield. He's going to fire one, deep left sideline. And it's intercepted at the goal line. Picked up by Javon Holland. And he will be out of bounds with no time remaining on what will be the final action of this first half. So we reach halftime here in a 10-point game. As we'll head down to Orlando, that's where we find our man Jonathan Coachman at our EA Sports Halftime Report. Coach. Welcome back. Charles and I settled into the booth, ready for quarter number 3. Forecast calling for more of the same. The rain set to continue as we are underway in the second half. Johnson won't return this, and the football will come out to the 25. The Colts come to the line ready to start their next drive. We have not seen much on offense here from either side these last few drives. We've hit a wall, so to speak.
And have hit it hard, haven't we? Because the defenses right now, they seem to be a step ahead, don't they? Beating them to the point of attack, beating them to the punch. These offensive guys, they're tinkering like crazy. What's it going to take to get back on track?
Yeah, both sides searching for adjustments. Handoff right side to Wangu. And he'll get it out to midfield. Looks like, yeah, they'll spot it right at midfield at the 50.
Now, that was an excellent run. And when you see that happen, that's when you're seeing guys doing their job and then some people doing a little bit more. Offensive linemen and tight ends, they're expected to block. But the wide receivers, all they want to do is catch passes. So when they block on a big-time running play and create extra space, you've kind of hit the jackpot there.
And they'll bring the big tight end across the formation left. And a strong run there as he'll take this all the way down to the 35. Ball up to the 35 now as they come up on 1st and 10. They'll bring a receiver in motion left. This time Jackson will throw it. And he takes a shot on the release as this will be incomplete.
It sort of looks like they still have some fight in them on this series because it seemed like things were headed for the red zone. But if this defense gets 2 more stops, they can keep them out of that area.
Second 10 coming up here in Nashville. 3rd quarter action. Straight ahead, here's Nwangu. And he won't get much. Maybe a couple. Down inside the 35 to the 34. 7th play of the drive, forthcoming on 3rd and 8.
Yeah. No, we changed it.
To throw is Jackson. Touchdown! Jahan Dotson, his 6th touchdown of the season. And his guys now an extra point away from taking a 3-score lead. Gonzalez able to tack on the PAT. And that makes our score 17-0. Now after the touchdown, here's Gonzalez on to kick it away. And that one will bounce out of the back of the end zone, so we will start here at the 25. The Titans offense set to begin the drive. And their halftime hole now even deeper. And they need a big drive here just to answer the first touchdown of the second half scored against them.
They were down at the half. Now, as you mentioned, they're down a little bit bigger, but no time for discouragement. Just got to get back to it, right? Put your shoulder against the boulder and start pushing and try and get back to where you were to start the half.
Ball on the 30. They'll come up with a 2nd and 5. Mayfield. That's out to the flat for Akers. And he gets this up across the 35 before it is yards there and a first down.
Caught that look from you there, partner. I think we're on the same page on that one. Just his first catch. I think we both thought he'd be a little more active in the passing game. Let's see if that's the start of them trying to get the ball to him a little bit more here in the second half.
And that'll be good for 8 yards to the 45. From the 45 on second down, Mayfield. That's caught by his tight end, Evan Ingram. And he's going to get this down to the 35-yard line. Still in search of their first touchdown of the game, but they're on the move. 1st and 10.
First and 10 at the 35-yard line.
Mayfield off the play fake. He'll dump this off to Akers. And the play goes nowhere. Losing yardage back near the 40 at the 39. They'll throw again. Here's Mayfield. He'll rifle this one deep right side. And he bats it away, and it falls down incomplete.
But we saw that he had a lot of success last week throwing the football, but that hasn't translated to this week. But with his team behind, I don't expect him to back off. I expect him to keep firing.
3rd and long for Mayfield. And that's going to be incomplete. The coverage too good there. The contact popped the ball free, and it's 4th down.
My first thought is surprise, because that's one of the better tight ends around, and I've seen him pull in balls like this before. But how about a little credit to the defense forcing that incompletion?
Mayfield to throw for it on 4th. And it's incomplete. They cannot convert, and they turn it over. The Titans try it, but ultimately they fail on 4th down. And the Colts are going to take over with a football. The Colts come to the line ready to start their next drive. And now you've got the clock winding down here in the 3rd quarter. You're 3 scores to the good. What's your approach on this drive?
Too early to fully commit to playing the clock game. Yet at the same time, you're also not going pell-mell like you would in 2-minute offense. This is what NFL offenses call 4-minute football. Take the clock out of the game a little bit, wind it down, but at the same time, keep advancing the ball down the field.
Oh, he's got a little daylight. And now off to the races down the right side. Touchdown, Indianapolis.
I guess when you look back on it, it was just a matter of time until he popped a big one like that. And, you know, at halftime, you and I discussed it. They had done a nice job on him in the first half. But there were a couple of occasions where it felt like he might wiggle out of traffic and take it to the house. Finally here in the second half, that got done.
Zane Gonzalez set to kick off.
Now after the touchdown, here's Gonzalez on to kick it away. And that one will bounce out of the back of the end zone, so we will start here at the 25. Tennessee offense about set and ready to go.
I kind of feel like they've reached a do-or-die point in this game, Charles. If they're going to try to pull off an impressive comeback, it has to start right here, right now.
Yeah, now they've got a final chance to get out of this situation, but they also understand they've got to move the ball and move it fast. In addition, they need to save as much time so they can get 2 more possessions.
Mayfield on first down. Oh, he dropped it. And that's pretty indicative of the way this one's gone.
Just what they need, a lecture from me, but subpar offense is what helped get them into this spot. And now they're continuing the trend with incompletions. That won't get them out of it if they don't change something soon.
So the incompletion, and now it's 2nd and 10, again from the 25-yard line. Mayfield to throw it. That's complete. Terry McLaurin with it. He'll be dropped after a gain of about 6 across the 30 to the 31. This offense in desperate need of a conversion as they come up on 3rd down. Mayfield now toward the sideline, and he will have the 1st down as he was able to keep the feet in bounds. They give him 7 yards on the play, and they do pick up the conversion on 3rd down.
1st and 10 at the 38-yard line.
And they're not going to get to the line to run another play. So we will switch ends as the 3rd quarter has come to a close. So here's a 1st and 10 at the 38. And again, it's Mayfield.
This pass is caught by London. And he'll be taken down, but not before they work this to the 45.
A gain of 17 yards.
Mayfield now looking to throw on 1st down.
That's into the hands of Akers, complete. And the tackle going to be made at the 38.
To throw again on 2nd down. Mayfield.
And he's going to be intercepted for the 3rd time thus far. Picked off by Keon Crossan. And the Colts will take over possession here up at the 44.
Another solid game-changing play for this defense for the interception. At this point, though, I don't know that it's game-changing. I mean, they've got this one in firm control.
And you always hear about, those stories about someone left their game plan behind and maybe you benefit from it. I'm not going to say that happened, but they certainly have appeared on defense to be a step ahead this entire game. Guys are always in the right spot in order to make a play.
The offense has had its moments, too. They go play action now. Jackson. And a big loss here as he's taken down.
Justin Madubuike
able to get in there and run him down for what's going to be a loss of 15 yards all told. And this offense on 3rd down today, they've converted 3 out of 5 thus far. This will be 3rd and a mile. Under pressure, and they got to him again.
The pressure from multiple guys there as they bury him for a big 9-yard loss.
We've watched this a long time, and I still don't believe we get it. 3rd and long. Why are you calling play action?
Because they're not going to bite defensively, right?
No, not at all. I did have a coach explain to me years ago that for some teams, that's how they have to deal with pass protection and their line blocking. But to me, it seems silly.
Yeah, well, they're silly, and it leads to a play-action sack. And he gets it away, and it's a laser headed for the sidelines. And no return here. Where will they spot it? They say just outside the 20-yard line.
At their own 23-yard line.
The Titans offense set to begin the drive.
And their 4-game win streak very much in jeopardy as they go to work here late with a 1st and 10. Mayfield's throw into the hands of Kirk.
And this will go as a gain of 7 as he gets it to the 30-yard line. From the 30 on 2nd down, Mayfield. And then he drops it incomplete. And their struggles continue here.
And that's another play that's painted the picture of this game overall. It's been a blowout. It's been continually fueled by big turnovers and stops for one side and an inability to advance the ball from the other.
So the incomplete pass on the last play, and that leads us to a 3rd and 3.
They'll try and run for this with Akers.
That is not going to be any help as they dump him behind the line of scrimmage.
A 4-yard loss. It's 4th down.
Desperation time. Mayfield on 4th down. And he finds McLaurin, finding room at midfield. And he'll have it past midfield almost to the 40 before being taken down. Off the option, here's Akers. So the Titans in possession of the football here as we get you reset. They're looking at 2nd down now as they search for a consolation score. Here's 2nd and 9, just a yard on that last run. Play fake. Mayfield. He'll rifle this one deep right side. And he knocks the ball away, and it falls incomplete.
Too many zeros on the stat sheet thus far. No touchdown passes, no points for his team, but he remains undaunted. Still attempting to get his team on the scoreboard, firing the ball downfield.
Working the sideline here. Did he get the feet in? Yes, they say that he did. Nice job tapping both of them down. The Titans efficient passing on this drive. There's another 1st down. Offense for them has been at a premium. You wonder where plays like that have been all game long.
They're thinking the exact same thing themselves, but they're also looking forward now because now these plays are really for next week, trying to get some momentum going.
Throwing on 1st down, but this one winds up to be incomplete. Well, it just seems like all game long there hasn't been a lot of sync quarterback to wide receiver on this side of the football.
They haven't been on the same page, quarterback and receivers. Heck, they haven't been on the same grease board when you draw plays up. They haven't been on the same surface tablet that you look at on the sidelines. Nothing's worked for them. They've got to find a way to start matching each other's movements.
And his pass is intercepted for the 4th time today. Picked by Ronnie Harrison. And the Colts are going to have it here just past the 25. How about one last great play defensively, and that should, for all intents and purposes, finish off this shutout.
That's as good a defensive performance as we've seen in a long, long time. And I know as a team they will celebrate, but I will guarantee you the defensive guys, they'll get together somewhere and have their own private celebration. A shutout, that's something to be cherished.
They'll start with the option. And they get him down, but not before he takes it across the 40-yard line. 1st down yardage on the first play of the drive. Give him 14.
Well, that's the fear any defense has when the quarterback gets involved in the running game. You don't usually account for him, and he's hurting them today.
Yeah, he's been very involved in the running game. Defensively, when you got the coverage good downfield, how do you account for him, though?
Occasionally, you start to spy him. Take someone that has the same agility, who can dance with him, run with him, and try and keep him in the pocket.
That'll be especially critical here as we come down the stretch in the 4th. 5 yards is the tally on 1st down. That brings up 2nd and 5.
That's it. That's what you want. Straight ahead positive gain. Just keep that clock ticking.
After the pickup of 5, here's 2nd and 5. Up the middle, Nwangu. And they're well past midfield, just a yard or two shy of the 40. 110 yards rushing for him so far as his terrific season continues here. At carries like that, that's how they're going to continue to salt this thing away here, Charles, in the 4th quarter.
Yeah, how about that? A new set of downs. Clock continues to move. No better way to close out a game than to tap those mastodons you have up front and say, guys, keep pounding them. Let's keep the ball, keep their offense on the sidelines, and let's close this one out.
So this one winds up an Indianapolis victory, and this was truly a total team effort, Charles, on both sides of the ball.
Well, they absolutely pitched a shutout, so it can't get much better than that, right? The defense led the way, but the offense did their part as well. They moved the ball up and down the field, so you've got to like what you saw. What do they call that, a total team effort? I think when it's time to hand out game balls, guys from both sides will end up getting one.
So for the Colts, the train just keeps rolling 9-0 now to start this campaign. And they'll be able to enjoy this one through the bye week before they get back at it again.
Meanwhile, for the Titans, it's just their second loss so far to go along with their 7 wins. And they'll try to turn it around next week as they head to Atlanta for a matchup with the Falcons.